What's going on, fellas? I got my setup. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. I don't know why does OBS seem hard to me. I guess because I need to look at some tutorials, but um, maybe if some of y'all come in the room, I'll be able to see. Let me look at my phone. Make sure everything is going good and we don't have any technical difficulties. And of course, my phone is tripping. Like, ever since they came out with 5G, it just don't work as well as you used to. Hell, I can't even tell if I'm on or not. I must not be on. Oh, nah, must not be on. No, I take it back. Oh, nah, must not be on. Yeah, I'm on. I just want to make sure because I haven't figured out how to work this system yet. But yeah, I said I was gonna come on, just kind of practice, talk to you guys. Y'all know they say it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, negative. We trying, you know. And I do it without doing look at the direction. I just download it and just start doing it. But we'll get it figured out here shortly. But at least I know it is working. And I just wanted to come on and just talk about the aspect of being able to see through the illusion, being able to see the matrix that we find ourselves in, and to take stock in the fact that we are blessed to have awakened at this present time, because a lot of us come to this movement battered and bloody, but we're not defeated. We knew something wasn't right. We knew um, that something just did not seem right in your spirit. And so it's a good thing that a lot of us start to push back on some of this stuff. Because I remember when I was younger, what's going on, Eric? I see you. When I was younger, when stuff bothered me or something that I felt that I was being under attack, I would fight or try to fight back. Or even if I didn't fight back, in my mind, I was thinking of ways to fight back in the future or fight back if the situation arises again. But then once the thing came out, oh, you don't supposed to be hitting women. You don't supposed to be, they delicate and this and that. Fell victim to that propaganda and started treating women like people. And then guess what? Was wondering why they was running all over me. And of course, you really can't talk to people about these subjects as a young man coming up because nobody took you seriously. You know what I mean? Nobody took you seriously when you had issues with women as a kid or young man coming up. You supposed to figure it out. You couldn't go to your mom. My dad passed when I was a young man, so I didn't have him I could go to. My uncles were too busy ripping and running the streets and minding their business and, you know, trying to keep up with their little 304s. You know what I mean? So my brother was left to fend for himself dealing with females, and of course they was being programmed through this BS as early, so they was already hip to what they was supposed to been doing as basically Terminators. You know, yeah, propaganda is the proper, yeah, exactly. Propaganda is the exact term for it. And I was wondering why, when I was coming up, I was always a handsome kid. And plus, I was tall. Right now I'm 6'1", so even back then I was maybe 5'11". I was very athletic. Softball, um, dodgeball. We was doing football, basketball. I pretty much was good in every sport. So of course that's gonna make you pretty popular with the women. And then look at the fact that you're tall and you're handsome and you're athletic. I'm with all the cool dudes all the cool dudes. We hung out in a certain part of the school. So I was among them. So of course I had the very best of the women in the school choosing on me. But what puzzled me, when I did get like the best looking girl and the most popular girl in the school, I got her. Okay. But she was already a 304 in eighth grade. She was already a 304 in eighth grade. Now, I didn't know nothing about this stuff, so I'm looking at her and looking at how cute she is, and she had a body, pretty smile, you know what I'm saying? And she was like the most, she was like a little terror, right? We end up getting into it. I can't remember what I did. I did something. I think I was seen talking to another girl that I was not interested in that way. But of course, women, when they see you talking to another girl, they just assume. So she called herself wanting to get back at me because she saw me talking to another girl. So she went in the teacher's, to show you how diabolical this little 304 was in eighth grade. She goes on the teacher's desk while she was, I don't know what the teacher was at. I don't know if she was taking a washroom break or what the heck she was doing. She took a plastic cup, and back then, plastic cups were plastic cups, not like the kind we have now. And she grabbed that cup, and I was going to the washroom, and she called my name, and I turned around, and she had already threw the cup. It was in the air. So as soon as I turned around, it hit me directly in the eye, knocked me off my feet. This shit knocked me off my feet, man. You hear me? My dad and my uncle were also blue pill, and I had poor examples. I know what you mean exactly. Yeah, she threw the cup and knocked me off my feet, literally. That's how hard that cup was. But what it was, the cup hit me at such an angle at the bottom of the cup on the little ridge, and she threw it with such force that because it hit me in that delicate area around my eye, right below my eye, it put a cut in my face. It was like she cut me with a knife. My face was bleeding. My whole shirt was full of blood. They had to take me to the hospital where I needed 3 stitches in my face from that cut. Eighth grade. You know how hard it was to live that shit down. I wanted to kill that little girl. I wanted to kill that little girl because all my cool points was erased with a plastic cup. All my cool kid, popular status was removed from a plastic because of a plastic cup. Yeah, old style plastic, exactly. That would last you a lifetime. That cup's still probably in existence somewhere, some landfill somewhere. So they had to take me to an outside hospital, and they gave me 3 or 4 stitches in my face and brought me back. I can't even describe how mad I was. But in my mind, I can't do nothing to her, supposedly, right? In my mind, I'm saying, with the first chance I get, I'm gonna stump this little girl. You know what I'm saying? That's I got to get my cool points back. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and receive whatever kind of punishment that's gonna come along with me stumping this little girl. But I'm gonna get this girl if it's the last thing I do. So I'm set out on my quest, right? I'm so mad. When you look over there at me, my face is so, keep in mind I'm kind of like a caramel brown skin brother. My face is so red. And I'm so heated where you could light a cigar off my face. That's how red I was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm plotting my revenge, right? I'm plotting. I'm plotting. I'm saying, yeah, we go to research. I mean, recess. I'm gonna catch her. I'm gonna do something. I gotta catch her. I gotta catch her. And guess what? I guess she must have sensed that I wasn't forgiving her because she did try to come and apologize. And I gave her one of them, yeah, yeah, whatever, just to get away from for her to get away from me. And then so I picked my time, and somehow I get a hold to her. I got her on the ground, right? And I'm hitting her, and I didn't know she was just such a smart 304 at that age. She's 14, got to be going on 75. She had recruited her two little girlfriends, which were some big old girls. I guess she must have told them, like, well, man, he might try to get me. If he do, I need y'all to come jump in. So I had her on the ground and I was hitting her, right, at recess. And the other two came out of nowhere. Man, they literally mopped the playground with me. I didn't realize I couldn't fight three girls. I guess it wasn't the fact that I couldn't fight them. I think what it was, I still had that blue pill simp mangina thinking in my mind, thinking, okay, because one of the other little girls was cute too. So I was thinking like eventually I was gonna double back on her. But when they all attacked me, now I got three of them. So it's just no way I could win. Of course, none of the guys would help me. So I was on my own against three big girls. It was crazy. So they kind of got the better of me, and I had to let it. I had to let it go. I had to just take that one. I was like, well, damn, now I done made it a simple situation even worse. So I said, well, at least I did get a few good licks on it before they came and got me. And how they got me was, what do you say? Uh, yeah, yeah, I'm back again. That's an awesome story, my friend. Yeah, I ain't done with it though. I ain't done with it. I got to tell you the whole story. This is the path I decided to go down today. So how they actually got me because I was actually really doing good with all three of them for a little bit, maybe two or three swings. I was able to kind of get a lick on all of them. The one that I forgot, the girl that I had initially, who I had the issue with, I had her on her back, and I was I was straddling her while I was hitting her. She reached with both hands and grabbed my Johnson with both hands. She literally had my Johnson in one hand and my balls in the other hand. Dear life, that's what took the fight out of me. So the other two was able to just, you know what I'm saying, get some good open, clean licks to the dome because I was trying to get her hands off of me because she was literally crushing me, literally. So that was able to get, she was able to do that and get me up off her while she still had me. I couldn't move because she had, I mean, the grip she had was like, she was holding on for dear life. Eventually, they realized the fight was out of me, so they went on and she let me go. And I mean, I could barely walk when they got done. So I was like, yeah, but luckily I got some licks on her and I got a couple licks on the other girl. So I fared decent to fight three girls. None of the cool dudes helped me because that's against protocol. You know what I'm saying? That's against the programming. You can't help your main guy over there fight three girls. It ain't cool. But because it was three of them, nobody said nothing, so I didn't get in no trouble. None of us got in any trouble. Excuse me there. See, they feel it's fine to hit and hurt you. If you respond, then you're the bad guy. Exactly. And that's the reason why I really didn't let loose on them because they was all girls, they was all cute, they was all the popular girls, and then when she grabbed my Johnson, that just took the fight out of me because I mean she was squeezing me. I'm surprised I'm able to have kids now because the way that girl was squeezing me, boy, shit, I could not move. She literally took the breath up out of me. And now I'm thinking, now, how the hell did she know how to do this type of stuff at 13? I think she might have been 13. I think it was all like 13. So, but before this, now this was so tripped out. Before this, like, before all this bad stuff started happening between me and this girl, she used to come over my house, right? She used to walk me. This is so crazy. She used to walk me home from school. This shit is, you can't make this up. When I think about it, it's like, 'cause I kind of did block this out of my mind, but she used to walk me home from school. And at that time, my mother was working for the post office. So she'd be out, I guess, on her route or whatever. So we would get home from school, and we basically latchkey kids. I had the key, and I would let me and my brother into the house, wait, and then wait for my mother to get off work. So once the little girl, I told her this, that my mother wouldn't be home, she would follow me home. And we'd be in the hallway, kissing on each other and feeling on each other. You know what I mean? What do you say? Uh, as Eddie Murphy says, you can. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So she walked me home. We would be in my hallway, kissing and hugging, and I'll be feeling on her or whatever. So I didn't have enough time to really like get it in with her because my mother would only be like an hour and a half, something like that, before she comes home. So we didn't have much time. So we just kind of kiss on each other. Then I would just walk her halfway back, and then she would go the rest of the way home. So she said, "Okay, well, one day you got to come on my house." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So she came over. I think it was like a Friday. I want to say it was a Friday. She came over, walked me home from school. We fiddled around in the hallway a little bit, and it got really carried away. So she's like, "Man, we got to go get it in now." So I'm like, "All right, cool." And keep in mind, we're only like 13, 14. So my mom come home. She meets the little girl. She thinks it's cool. So I said, "She walked me home, mom." I said, "So now I got to walk her home." So my mama fell for it. So I'm walking her home right now. On the way home, I'm asking this heifer, "Do she have a boyfriend?" And of course, she says, "No, no, I ain't got no boyfriend." I'm like, "Are you sure?" "No, I ain't got no boyfriend." I don't know what made me. I guess it must have been something in my spirit, is why I asked her this question. But for whatever reason, I did ask her, and she said no. Right? Let me see what he said. Today, but today age what are you saying? Today day is age. They could, if at least, got the chicks off of you and held them back until they walked away from the situation and you were in the clear. Yeah, them chumps didn't do nothing. And I'm not cool with neither one of them chumps right to this day. I don't. Matter of fact, I don't even remember none of them. I never got, because after that I was so heated, I didn't wasn't even hanging out with them no more after that. But anyway, back to the story. So I walked this little harlot charlatan home, and we get to her house, and her mother's supposed to have been at work or whatever. So we're sitting on the couch. We're sitting on the couch. We doing a live stream. Yeah, we are. So we're sitting on the couch and we're making out, right? We're making out, we're making out, we're making out. And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, I'm sure y'all could fill in the details. I'm sure y'all could fill in the details. Gotta go, my friend. Great seeing you. God bless. Stay MGTOW. Absolutely. Thank you, Eric, for showing up. Come anytime. Make sure you have your notifications on. Hello, hello. What's going on? I see you, Bob. So, guess what? Some some ninja knocked on the door. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking I wasn't, my mind was in my pants, so I wasn't thinking nothing of it. Come to find out, it was her ex-boyfriend or current boyfriend slash, I don't know who he was. And he seen me in there because she opened up the door too much. I don't know if she trying to make him jealous. I don't know what happened. All I know is he left. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe because I was bigger than the dude, maybe that's why he left. All right. Nah, that wasn't what it was. He realized I was bigger than him, even though I was younger than this guy. This guy was older than me, but because I was a young kid, he thought I was older. So he went out and recruited some gangbangers, like 10 of them, and they came back to the house. Look, they came back to the house. Now keep in mind, I'm only 13. I'm only 13. I'm just a big 13. I might have been like 5'9", skinny, but I was tall, so that made me look older. Man, he come back to the house with 10 dudes. They must have been grown-ups because the way when I looked out there, hell, I was like, oh my God. So he comes knock back on the door all forceful now because he got his King Kong on now. He got a whole army behind him, so he want to fight. So I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, straight up white knight, right? So I'm like, damn. So I'm looking at her like, damn, what I thought you said you ain't had no boyfriend. Like, well, I'm not, he's my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God. So they outside telling me to come outside. I'm thinking like, now, of course I'm in my 13-year-old mind. I'm not in my grown man mind. See, like what I should have did, I should have went to her kitchen. I should have got two butcher knives and I should have went out there, right? Because back then, young men didn't carry guns. The worst you had to worry about then was getting stabbed, hit with a belt buckle, because we did belt buckle a lot, or getting hit with, stick, a brick, a bottle, or something like that. I should have went to the kitchen and got two butcher knives, and I should have went out there and started carving their butts up to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But because I was at my 13-year-old brain, all I could think of was just get away from the situation. I'm a good runner. I was a lead track star, so I'm like I could outrun. If I could see an opening, they ain't gonna catch me, right? So I come out on the porch, and before I could take off, boom, I got hit. And the punch was so good. I don't even know who threw it. The punch was so good, it hit me in the eye and literally blinded me. I couldn't see nothing. So by the time I knew enough to cover up, so I covered up. I got both hands up over my face. So I felt the hits, boom, 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 but it really wasn't doing too much damage. And then once I saw just a little daylight, man, I bust through them like a bowling ball, right? I would knock dudes down the stairs backwards. I jumped down and I was gone. They was chasing me, but they couldn't catch me. They could not catch me. I had once I started running, I must have had at least a whole half a block on them. Always better to walk away than to fight 10 dudes. Yeah, but I'm just saying, if I was older, I would have tried it. You know what I mean? Like now, if 10 dudes would do that, unless they had guns, yeah, I would have tried it. But back then at 13, I ain't know no better. I ain't know who they was. It was dark outside. I was in a neighborhood that wasn't mine. It was actually my first time in that neighborhood, to be honest with you. And this dude go get 10 dudes I don't know. This girl then lied and said it's not her boyfriend. He's not supposed to be her ex-boyfriend. If it's your ex-boyfriend, then why is he doing all this? So that's what I was thinking. But anyway, I finally get away from him, got home, and then showed my mama. She was like, well, basically what mamas would tell a son instead of saying, let's go get your uncles and let's go back over there, because that's really what I wanted to do. Let's go get some of my uncles and some of my cousins. I got 12 cousins, first cousins. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get them and let's go over there. I want to fight these dudes. That's what I'm really thinking, because now I'm mad, right? Uh, and of course, it's gonna be okay, this, that, and the other, unless you got 10 bros too, which, which is how you used to do. Yeah, it's how we used to do it. Yeah. So my mama kind of, put that blue pill on me. Oh, well, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Don't mess with her no more. Don't go over there no more. That blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, I'm pissed. I'm ready to fight now. They didn't brought the fight up out of me. I want to fight somebody now. I want to hit something. I want to break some stuff. I'm literally mad because now I'm telling her, well, I'm not going back to school till my eye go down. So at least my mama had enough sense to know. Let me let the boy. So she let me stay home for a week. So I stay home because that happened on a Friday. So I didn't go back to school till the following Monday. That I missed like 8 days. So they gave the swelling and all that stuff to go down. So by the time I went back to school, it just had just a little, discoloration up under my eye. All the swelling and all that was gone. So she comes up to me to apologize, and I was just like, I was not having it. I was just not having it. She could just look at my face and see I wasn't having it. And she trying to talking about, well, hey, it wasn't he ain't my boyfriend. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to hear nothing. And so, of course, that was it after that. So we went the rest of the year mad as hell at her. And then the girl she didn't like that sat on the other side of the class, I started dating her as payback. In Chicago, we never went into another hood without a group of us. When a fight happened, we had our own in and got respect. Then they would come to our parties too. Well, yeah, like I said, we did this when I got in high school. But remember now, this was eighth grade. The story I'm telling you all now, I was eighth grade, so I was 13. I wasn't into my own. I didn't really come into my own until I got to high school. Now, after 14, right at 15, okay, cool. I was out there with the best of them, but at 12 and 13, I was still had that kitty brain, you know. So that's when this happens, right? So of course I didn't get cool with her no more after that was over. I went got the other girl from the other side of the class, and so that's how we played it. Then fast forward, right? I growed up. Now here I am, 6'1", right? 220, right? Knocking people out. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go look for that dude because I found out who he was, right? I found out where he lived. This how determined. So 4, 5 years it went by. I still, in my mind, I'm still pissed about that, right? So through the grapevine, now that I'm older and now I'm running Chicago, like young men run Chicago, that area where this dude live at, I'm cool with the dudes in that neighborhood now. You know what I'm saying? The gang that I was in is in alliance with the gang in his neighborhood. So now I could come over there and find him, and them guys over there ain't gonna do nothing about it because we have an alliance with those guys. So I was secretly trying to find him. I was like, I'll just go over there and start hanging out in that neighborhood, and eventually I'm gonna run into him. And when I do, it's gonna be on and popping, right? I'm just gonna take it to him. So I'll go over there and be playing basketball in their neighborhood. I started dating another girl in that neighborhood. Then I got into the point where I started selling drugs in that neighborhood. All that time, I did not see this dude. It must have been like 3, 4 years went by. Never could run into this cat. I got a whole situation going on in this neighborhood now. Same neighborhood where these guys hit me at, you know? Let me see what Bob said. When in Chicago, yeah, this is in Chicago. It's on the west side. So um, one day, right when I'm not thinking about it, and it's kind of then left my mind. I didn't calm down now because now I'm the man around these parts now. So I'm like, all right, it's all over with. I ain't tripping, and I kind of forgot about it because now I'm the man. Now they're only in my neighborhood, in his neighborhood where he from. Then lo and behold, one day, I don't know what the hell I was doing and how I ended up there. But I ended up in an alley playing basketball, and guess who comes back to the play ball? Now, we in his neighborhood, and I'm in their alley, somewhere in one of them alleys playing basketball because they had put up a rim in the alley. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember you said, Bob, you in Midway. Yeah, I'm talking about the west side over there around Madison and Cicero. I'm from around that area, Madison, Cicero, K Town, L Town, right? The L Town streets, the K Town streets around Madison. That's the area I'm from. So uh, I'm playing ball back there, and the thing when I saw him immediately, all that stuff came back. Came running, what they say, flushing, running back to me. So we got to talking, and what kind of squashed the situation. He apologized. He said, you know what, man, that thing that happened over there, he ain't say exactly what it was. He said that thing that happened over there, man, I really apologize for that, man. I was out of line. And I was like, I'm glad to hear you say that. I said, but you know what? We grown men now. It's all good. You know what I mean? I said, we grown men now. It's all good. It's water under the bridge right now. And he was like, all right, that's cool, man. He said, because I sure thought you probably want to kill me. He said, because I guess the people must have been telling him that I was looking for him or whatever. And he said, yeah, man, I was sure thinking that you were going to want to kill me. I'm like, nah, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? And me and him got so cool that I used to own a store in that same neighborhood. He used to come and spend money with me, bring his dad, he brought his sons, bought stuff. He brought his wife because he married now, changed his life or whatever. And he brought his brothers to my store to spend money. So, it was all good. It's good that how it ended up being different, how men can talk, even though it was a point where I did want to kill him, just because, you know, I felt they took advantage of a kid. I was a kid. I wasn't a grown man then. I was 13. And he went and recruited some grown men. And I bet if they had known I was 13, they wouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? And if any of my uncles, that's why if that had happened, and any of my uncles were out of jail at that time, I think that's what it was. All my uncles were in jail, and if it had happened when they was out of jail, then yeah, we definitely would have went back over there, and somebody would have had to pay. But I'm guessing it was meant to not go that way. And I'm kind of glad now that I look back at it, I'm glad it didn't go that way because my uncle and them, yeah, it would have definitely went to pistol play. Main Street, West Side. Yeah, exactly. Madison, yeah, Madison and Pulaski. Yeah, yeah. Gotta be there. Yeah. I used to shop down there on Madison Pulaski all the time. But it just to show you that the 304 mindset has been in these women for years. This happened back in 70, 78, guys, where where men we fight, then have beers, we smoke peace pipe, and bury the hatchet. Yeah, we do. I mean, but it took a minute for me to get to that point. Now, if I had when I was actually looking for him, if I had seen him, then yeah, it'd probably been a different story. You know what I mean? Um, Because at that point, there's no way he could have whooped me. Like, it's clear. There's no way he could whoop me now. You know what I'm saying? It's cool you took advantage when I was a kid, but I'm a grown man now. Yeah, I'll do something to you. So it's a good thing, and I guess it was meant. The Most High meant for me not to find him, because who knows, if I had found him, I probably would have killed him. You know what I mean? And wouldn't even been really trying to do that, just out of the fact that I was just so angry that we could have talked about it. He came in the house, he saw me, he didn't even address me. Like, it'd be different. He'd like, man, who you is, and da 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 da, and you in here with my ex-girlfriend, you in here with my girlfriend, dude, he ain't even address, he ain't say nothing. He saw me sitting on the couch, he walked back out the door. So I'm thinking, okay, it's all good. He had to go get 10 dudes. Man, please. I ain't no way I could have respect. That's why I wanted to do something too, because I couldn't respect that. You could have just dealt with me. It wasn't like I was threatening to you. I didn't say nothing because I was expecting him to say something. You know what I'm saying? I still delivered to funeral homes over there. Corbin. Oh yeah, I know Corbin Smith too. Yeah, yep, yep. And I know Smith and Rainer. Yeah, I know them play. I'd have been to plenty. I'd have been up in there plenty of times. Shoot. So many murders be going on over the west side. It's going out of style. But yeah, guys, this stuff is crazy. But I just think about that story from time to time because how different it could have turned out, all because of a female. You know what I mean? All because of a female. And the thing that tripped out, and after me and Guy buried the hatchet, and now we cool. It's all good. Um, this chick Now this is where it comes full circle. Y'all grab your popcorn because it's gonna get good. It was already good, but it's gonna get even better now. Now I own a store in the neighborhood. Okay, same neighborhood that we all are from. Me, this dude, and this chick. Right. So now I own a store in the neighborhood. Everybody know me. I went to grammar school a couple blocks down, right? Plus I live 2 blocks in the other direction. So everybody from this neighborhood know me. Okay. Do you know the biggest drug dealers, right? That's in that little bit of area. All them guys know me. First name basis, all us, right? Their spot was right around the corner from my store, right? So I got a lot of business because they was there because people would be going around there to buy they love medicine, and they would walk back past my store and they would come in there and buy tater chips, pops, get cigarettes, cigarillos, blunts, Black and Miles, all that kind of stuff, right? So guess who I see going around there buying medicine? Take a guess. Take a guess. Who y'all think was going around there buying their little medicine, their little street medicine? Well, I don't know if it's heroin. It's more like fentanyl, but yeah, you right, Bob. This same girl now she's over there buying drugs, straight up drug head. Every day she going over there buying drugs. Same girl, same girl. I open up my store early in the morning and she'd be walking. And when she realized I owned the store, she wouldn't walk on the same side I was on. This how deep seated this thing is. It's 20 some years that happened in between. Let's see, 14. Yeah, more like 25 years, right? That got in between that event and me seeing her again. 25 years then passed. She know exactly who I am. She see that I have this store. Now she walks on the other side of the street to go all the way around to go buy her medicine. She would speak, right? She would say Mr. and say my last name. How you doing, Mr.? And I wouldn't wave back or nothing. Yeah, that's true. But I wouldn't wave back or nothing. I wouldn't say nothing, right? So I like that is irony for you. The prettiest, most popular girl in all of the school ends up a dope fiend. I give that a minute so it can set in. The most prettiest, well shaped, intelligent, prettiest girl in the school ends up a dope fiend and has to walk past me to go get her dope. I was like, oh my God, this is so delicious. Oh my God, this is so delicious. That's sweet irony for your ass. That is sweet irony for your ass. Here I am in great shape, vegetarian, going to the weight, going to the weight pile, going to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week, driving driving a new model Cadillac with rims on it, because of course, we got to put some rims on it, right? In shape, own a business in the neighborhood, doing great, looking like $1 million. And here she is looking like, how people be looking once they start getting on that dog food, right? I said, this is just so delicious. And then I like booze too much, bro. Well, that's better than dog food, fentanyl, that's for sure. And then her younger sister. Now, I never really remembered her younger sister, but her younger sister used to come in my store and buy stuff, right, for her boyfriend and whoever, somebody else, her kids or whatever. And this girl was so fine, right? She had to be like in her 30s, early 30s. I might have been 40s. I was already in my 40s. And she used to come in there, but I didn't know this was her sister. I didn't, people grow up. I don't remember who they is. So I'm in there, flirting with her. And then she's, said that she basically was involved with somebody. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Right. So one day, that same girl comes into the store, and guess who's sitting out in the car? Her older sister, the dope fiend, the one that I got into a fight in grammar school with. She's sitting in the car. So I'm in there flirting with her sister, not knowing that she's in the car, right? Because I'm in the store. I'm flirting with her younger sister. So her younger sister come out there with, that little shit-eating grin on her face, right? Because I was just in there flirting with her. And she's like, oh, that old man in there be flirting with me all the time. He kind of cute or whatever she must have said. Do you know, do you know the next time that girl came in the store, she brought her older sister, the Dolphin, one in there too. It was like, oh yeah, I know him. Trying to impress her younger sister. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, I mean, he used to be my boyfriend in grammar school. And I had a look on my face like, what? And the girl was saying like, damn, I can't believe it. Like, right? And I'm just quiet. I ain't saying nothing. And I guess you could pick up on my vibe that it wasn't enthusiastic, I should say. And so they went on and bought what they came to buy. They left, right? Uh, Where's the best food over there? I'm always hungry when I'm on the west side. I don't know. I'm a vegetarian now, so I don't eat over there no more. I have no idea. I don't eat none of that stuff no more, man. It's been years since I ate that stuff. When I want to eat something good, I either go downtown or I go to the north side or I come to the south side. I don't eat over there no more because they don't have no vegan places over there. You got to go to the north side. I go to a couple spots. I got a couple spots downtown, and I got three, four spots out south side. So that's basically where I eat at if I'm going out. Other than that, I try to cook my food. But so once they left up out of there, right? About 3, 4 days later, the dope fiend chick comes in the store and say, "Oh, I just wanted to come in here, and I don't know if I ever really said anything, but I really just wanted to apologize for the things that happened when we were kids." And I'm looking at her, you're 35 years too late, don't you think? She come in and talking about she want to apologize. And I know the only reason why she wanted to do that is because her younger sister got a little liking for me. I could tell, even though she got a man, you could tell I'm flirting with her too much. And if I had to really press the issue, if I had to press her, I probably could have got some. You know what I mean? But I was like, nah, because I'm sure the brother find out because this girl is sexy as hell. So I'm sure if he find out, he gonna want to fight. I ain't got time to be fighting no damn uh, gassed up simp. You know what I mean? Where are the joints on the south side? It's a spot out in the hundreds that I like to go. It's a spot, Soul Vegetarian. They on 67. All you gotta do is type in Soul Vegetarian. It's another spot out there on 112th by the police station. I can't think of the name of the place, but it's a restaurant there. And then it's one out in South Holland, right off 109th, 159th. I think it's called Daisy's. That's a spot I go to. Then it's another spot out on where is that spot at? It's like 72nd and Exchange. I don't remember the name of it. I just know how to get there. Um, and then if I go downtown, I like to stop at Jason's Deli. They right there off of Roosevelt and Canal. Those are some of the places I go. I don't know. I don't really shop over at Morgan Park. No, no, that's more. I don't think. I don't know what that area is. It's not Morgan Park though. I think that's West Pullman. Pullman, or I think that's West Pullman out there. Well, don't ask me. You know, I'm from the West Side. I just be out south because I work out this way. So that's why I'm out this way most of the time. I think that's West Pullman though. There's 115. So that's probably that's probably West Pullman, not Morgan Park. But yeah, she wanted to come in there and apologize now. So I said, okay, cool, whatever. You know, like don't worry about it or whatever. So she's only want to do that because her sister was coming back smiling and winking and blinking and whatever. So that's the only reason why she wanted to come and apologize after 35 freaking years. You know what I mean? But hey, I was cool with the fact that I'm the man around these parts and she's a freaking dope fiend, a literal dope fiend. Yeah, it's too far west though. It's more east. It's right off of Bishop Ford, where I'm talking about. Vincennes is a little bit further west, so I'm talking about right off the Bishop Ford on 150. Is it 115th or 112th? Might be 112. If you type in restaurants in that area, it should pop up, but I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, I love Jason Deli. Um, I haven't been there in a few weeks. I think it's been at least 3 weeks since I've been there, but yeah, I usually go there. I've been going there for years, ever since they pretty much opened. So most of the people in that, at least the management, they know who I am when I come in there. Well, yeah, guys, it's just amazing to see that, they had their peak so young and they squander it. And now here I am, the man, and here she is, a dolphin. Just crazy. You know what I mean? And she was a looker. I mean, she was definitely a cute girl back then. Now she just looked like, the average dope fiend chick, you know, dirty, always have a hat on, that type of thing. Old clothes. It's crazy. And I think that's why the guy, because he got himself together, I think that's another reason why me and him kind of made up because he realized, and then she's been doing dope a long time too. Because I think I had that store there 10 years and she easily been doing dope. She probably been doing dope now 20 years. So you can imagine if a girl doing dope for 20 years, what she looks like. No, it's not on Halsted. Where you get Halsted from? No, no. It's on Roosevelt and Canal. Jason's Deli is on Roosevelt and Canal. Right, a block over. What is that? A block over from that Best Buy on Roosevelt, going south on that same street, right there next to Walgreens. You got Walgreens. I think it's Canal and Roosevelt. Halsted is too far away. Yeah, but it's a beautiful thing to see that they get all their gifts so young. So they're born with all their gifts. And here we gotta work, we gotta put in work in order to become who we are supposed to become. And I put that work in. So now when I do ride through the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, and the old black beauty, nobody know who I am because I don't be in the neighborhood like that no more. I've been out the neighborhood for years, so nobody know who I am when I roll through there. You know what I mean? So I get to still see everybody still doing the same thing they've been doing. Isn't it great how they get that 15-year window, 16 to 30, and we get it after 30? Yeah, actually, I got it before 30. Shit. I actually got it, yeah, yeah, I would say. 'Cause I got it kind of later in my teens, like 19, 20, when I was selling drugs, I was the man until I got crack. And then once I got back, then yeah, you're right, 30 on, I've been balling out of control. I don't know how many cars, you know, property I didn't own. I done been all over the world, you know what I'm saying? Got a business now, and I had two, three businesses then. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I don't know, 100 plus women. I lost count. Shit, I don't even count no more. So they didn't used to count. And I don't remember their names. All I remember is which ones were pretty good, which one was okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. And then I'm still doing good. That's the thing about it. Cause she's really the same age I am. She got to be like 55. Look freaking toe down. She looks toe down. And she look at me, she can't even look at me. I'm shining so bright. I'm like a diamond. I shine so bright. I'm like a diamond when she see me. It's like, God damn. And so that it gotta make her think, like, damn, if I was with this guy, I could have, you know what I'm saying? Nah, nah. Yeah, you thought it was gonna be sweet your whole you thought you were gonna be balling like that with them looks forever, not knowing that looks fade and they fade, especially with her doing drugs. Man, it's a beautiful thing, guys. Oh, you meant 111 in Halstead? No, no, no. It's further east till 70. It doesn't stop us. No, yeah, exactly. It doesn't stop us. So we definitely doing good. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing how if somebody had told me that I was going to be coming into all of this, you know what I mean? I might have been a little bit more deliberate as a young man, because I had nobody really showing me, nobody really telling me. Wasn't no MGTOW community, wasn't no red pill community. All I saw was pimps and hoes back then. We talking in the 70s. So that's the mentality I had. That's why I ain't had no problem beating on a woman back then. That's where I got it from. I know the black men in there in the 70s, I wouldn't have guessed they are over 50. You guys age well. Yeah, like I said, I don't look my age because like I said, when I go places, I still get a lot of young women. And then, I start dyeing my beard so the gray won't show. Um, and when I dyed, man, I look really young. So that's why I've been doing it. And I get different looks now, which I like, because I think that's another thing that Kevin Samuels been preaching. These women out here trying to get all these young cats and expect these young cats to be making, what I'm saying, six figures at 23. And he telling them, no, guy don't really come into his own till he get 35. You know what I'm saying, 40. So now it seems like all these chicks now are starting to look at older cats and they can see that we look happy. So now I'm starting to get more communication and interaction with a lot of chicks that normally wouldn't have said nothing to me. Now all of a sudden they asking me questions and how you doing, how's your day, how's everything going? Won't you? I one chick the other day, man, you look so mean. Won't you smile? I'm looking at her like, if you don't shut your face, I just kind of just gave her like a how you just give a little grin, not really a grin, but just one side of my face, one side of my mouth just kind of went up a little bit, and I kept it moving. And I'm like, don't try to offer me no peace leash right now. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Smoke break. Oh, okay. Gotta keep your pimping head strong. Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's about your pimping hand, but with your mind. You got to use your mind because we have the information now to outthink them. So that's the beauty of it. It's just amazing how if somebody had have told me, I would have definitely did a lot better as a young man than I did because I had all the physical gifts, right? I just didn't have the know-how on how to apply stuff because man, I had an opportunity for some bad chicks. I mean, really bad. But I didn't know how to, even though I got them, I didn't know how to keep them. I didn't know how to, put that regulation down on them without hitting them. you know, First thing I want to do was hit them. And then I realized, okay, damn, I can't keep hitting them because some of these chicks got brothers and uncles and daddies and shit. And at that time, if you know some chicks, if you put your hands on them, they go back and get their dad and uncles and stuff, and they mess around and come back and actually kill you, or you had to kill one of them. So it was a point where this stuff was happening for a minute in the neighborhood to dudes just stop doing it. That's why guys don't really put their hand because we really wasn't worried about the police. We was worried about them going to get their brothers, cousins, uncles, and daddies, you know. But yeah, if somebody was able to tell me, then I'd have been able to do a lot better because I think back on a bunch of scenarios where I could have done things differently, but because I didn't know what route to take. So my inaction is what basically caused me not to do anything, and I basically lost out. Where I look back at it, I'm like, damn, if I had to did this, I could have changed that whole scenario would have been different. You know what I mean? But you live and learn. You know what I mean? So that's why I try to point my son in the right direction so he don't have to fall through all these cracks. There's too many cracks for them to fall through, you know? And now shit, luckily, like I said, them guys if they was hell, they wanted to when they had me cornered, shit, they could have killed me. I didn't even know where I was at. Really. I know where the spot is now, but when I was walking to her place, I was so smitten with her and so in la la land thinking I'm finna get some peace leaf that I didn't even pay attention to which blocks I went down. That's how that's how infatuated I was. You know what I mean? Now I'm finna go to her house and get some peace leaf too. So I'm thinking like, yeah, it's going down. I'm 13. I got the best looking girl in the whole school. I'm about to get it in. Shit, you know, I didn't even pay attention. I'm just walking. So when I started running, I ran like 2, 3 blocks out of the way because I didn't even know where I was running to before I realized where I was at, you know. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We live and learn. I look back at them stories and I laugh now because now when I go back to them neighborhoods, you know, I'm the man. You know, I had to stow there for 12 something years. Um, I've owned a couple places in that neighborhood. All the cats around there that still living know me. Their kids know me. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm still doing well now. So when I go back, I'm looked at as sort of like, you know, one who's actually done well for himself. And then I look at some of them same women I went to school with, and pretty much all of them are either on drugs, either smoke a lot of weed, or either alcoholics, or they doing actual hardcore, you know, dope. Yeah, hit the likes, y'all. Hit the likes. I'm sharing. Hit the likes. I can't even see the likes, so y'all just hit them. Come in and hit them. And then if you catch this on the playback, come in and hit the likes so we can start getting the channel back activated. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I still got over 2 million stories to share. I done lived a full life. And I could tell you, and we can really get into some of this stuff so it can help other people so you know what to do in these situations. You know what I mean? Next time something like that would happen to me, I would know exactly what to do. But because I was so young, nobody schooled me. I didn't have no mentors to really school me. I didn't know what to do. And my inaction is what caused that to happen. Because really, when he left out, I should have left out behind him. I should have known he was going to get something. I should have known he was going to get somebody. You know what I'm saying? He was too quiet. He must assume just because I looked bigger than him that he needed help. And that's exactly what he did. And now with my grown man brain, if that situation would arise again, I would know exactly what would be the next thing that was gonna the next shoe to drop. So that wouldn't happen to me again. You see what I mean? Nope, won't happen. Gotta say, I'm happy to find my fellow MGTOW brothers in Chicago live live. Found like 10 of you here. Oh yeah, yeah, it's plenty of us here. Um, I don't know if they all be broadcasting, but I know it should be a few guys here. Most of the guys I listen to are, I don't know if they're from Chicago. Most of you guys are from other places, but I don't even be getting into where people are from. I just look at the fact is you got a story to tell, and your story, I can see myself in your story, and because of that, I can derive wisdom from your story. So now it's another thing in my arsenal of what to do or what not to do. So all these stories that guys be telling, these are pieces of armor that you can attach to your ammunition to use if you ever so choose. And even if you don't put yourself in these type of environments, these type of situations, you can also be able to protect your sons, your nephews, or just kids that you find yourself around that you feel an affinity to. Because when I had the store, a lot of little kids that didn't have fathers were coming in. I kind of was like they de facto father or de facto big brother or de facto uncle. And even some of them called me uncle. And a lot of them cats used to come in there that was a lot younger, right? Young enough to be my son, would be asking me, man, what should I do? This is what the scenario is. And they were just coming in and just tell me. Wasn't even really coming in there to buy anything, just coming in to get my advice. They'd be like, okay, I got the two choices. I could do this or I could do that. Which one would you do? And I would give them the grown man, what I'm saying, experienced version of what I would do. And they would go do it, or they do the opposite and they come back and I'm like, hey, what happened with that situation? What you do? Oh, I did what you said, man. It turned out fine. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I'm glad to help. You know what I mean? Um, so it's a good thing to be able to have us and get information from guys and use that information so it can benefit us so we don't be taken advantage of because I know quite a few fat cats that went through stuff and didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't make it. Matter of fact, I think just recently I was telling y'all that uh, a week ago, guy I know from the neighborhood just got murdered uh, over a chick just a week ago. Guy from the same neighborhood used to come in my store all the time. We know each other on first name basis. He's a D boy, dope boy in the neighborhood, and he was dating some chick. I'm not even sure if I remember who she was. But he was dating some chick from the neighborhood, and her baby daddy or her ex or whatever was in jail, and I guess she had to do what she had to do or whatever. She out here just getting it in, and my man was a big dude. He was really really big. So he had to pay like he weighed. So he only liked the little slim chicks. Ooh, excuse me. And from what I heard, the guy was threatening him from jail. I guess they got access to email or one of them platforms, and the guy was threatening from jail. Like when I get out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And dude got out, and he actually made good on his threats. Not only did he kill my man, he killed the chick too. So he got a double murder. Sure did. Happened last week. I think they had the funeral Friday. I got to go on Facebook to see if they had the funeral, but I know I wasn't gonna go because there'd be too many people there. But I don't want to be around. They don't tell them what happened over there. Mexican. He's a Mexican brother from the north side. We drink when we can. Oh, okay. Yeah, brother, just happened a week ago. Got killed over a female. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So it's a real thing. It's real out here in the battlefield, as they say. You can still get killed by these simps, so you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? I know we make fun of them and how stupid and gullible and goofy they are, but at the same time, these simps will kill. They got guns. They very emotional. They're very effeminate. You know what I'm saying? They're irrational, and they will kill you about some old funky box. They don't understand. It's just their turn. Dude, it's just your turn. Why are you flipping out of why you getting outside yourself? You can't, that woman can do whatever she want to do with that funky thing. But you got to be careful of these simps. That's why right now, when I'm going around stores, right, and I'm getting whatever I'm getting, you'll see dudes walking with a little chick. The chick will be reckless eyeballing like a motherfucker. And I say, you know what? Since I see they do this a lot, when I see a couple coming, I immediately start looking away. I don't want to even look her direction. I don't even want to look their direction. But I don't want the guy to get the impression that I'm looking at this tramp. Because if you say, man, she's looking at me first, who he gonna believe? Simp's gonna believe the chick over a dude. And if y'all, when y'all go out to the store, I'm sure y'all see the same thing. You walking by yourself and you see a couple walking. You can't tell me that chick ain't looking at you. Now, why? I don't know. I don't know if it's the fact that she's sizing you up. I don't know if she just, you know, seeing that you ain't got no chick and do. I'm not sure exactly why they do it, but I do notice that they all do it. Okay. So now I've learned to just not be looking in that direction because I don't want that dude to get in the mindset that somebody out to take his little tramp. Because they get all in their feelings and they walking around with guns. They want to show that they tough to this tramp, and they will hurt you in a minute and be doing the rest of they want to and be doing the rest of their life in jail, and then the chick will be on with the next dude. It happens too many times. So it's real out here in the battlefield. So we can make fun of Sims, but at the same time, we got to be cautious because they will get emotional, get in their feelings about these chicks. So that's why I try my best not to even look at their little tramps. But okay, guys, it's almost 11:30. Let me go in here and lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. But as y'all notice, I'm making good on my promise. I'm gonna be coming back more and more because I got more stories to share. And then we want to go ahead and grow this thing. So y'all share the channel. Make sure you hit the like button, right? And hey, keep your heads up, keep your nose to the grindstone. Get out here and make it happen. Become better versions of yourself, right? So we on a mission, right? Get your passports if you don't have them, and start taking trips where you have to be on the plane for more than 2 hours. You know what I mean? I'm going on vacation here in about 30 days. I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. Slide over to the motherland, have me some fun, baby. Yeah, man. I ain't necessarily. I don't practice the Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be one of them things. But I'm probably gonna be broadcasting to y'all tomorrow, just on some cutting it up, having fun. But no, I don't practice no holidays. You did, but it's all good. I get you. I know. I understand the sentiment. Yeah, you have a great holiday as well, my brother. But I'm gonna go and get up out of here. Peace and hair grease.